when it comes to mowing, blowing, hedges, edges, whether you want DIY tools to do it all, Greenworks will offer you not just those tools, but they'll offer a variety of tools across a variety of different battery platforms. The biggest innovation with Greenworks recently has been the Powerwall range, because Greenworks staple used to be their 24-volt battery. Now that kind of battery is synonymous with things like your power tools, but it has limited potential really on a single 24-volt battery to power a lawnmower. With a 4-amp-hour battery, you can happily power a 33-centimetre entry-level mower. So if you've got a standard domestic lawn, average size of a lawn in the UK is up to 25 square metres. This will have everything your customers will want in order to tend to small to medium areas of lawn. It comes with a 2-amp-hour battery that will give you a consecutive cutting time under load of around about 20 minutes, depending on the length of the lawn. But with a 4-amp-hour, obviously, you can ramp that right up, especially mid-mowing season where you've already kept the lawn low. You've got upwards of half an hour on a single battery. Everything you'd want as a kind of first-time lawn mower, if you've bought a first property or if you've got a small garden and you just want to move away from cords and cables and you don't need a petrol mower, you've got everything you need on here to make your life as easy as possible. It's cordless cutting convenience, no fuel, no fumes, no pull cord. And a lot of my customers and clients nowadays are migrating away from fuel because they just don't know how to maintain it. They don't know what a spark plug is. They don't know how to replace the broken pull cord. When it comes to dealing into the acute details of an engine, it's quite intimidating for your average end user. So simplifying the process, but retaining the features that they want to keep, like a single lever height adjustment, that will appear on every single Greenworks mower, a steel cutting blade on every single Greenworks mower, quick, easy start on every single Greenworks mower, a hybrid grass bag on every single Greenworks mower. But this is obviously the baby of the bunch. In order to keep things safe, as with all cordless machinery, we've got a mobiliser key. I mean, I do think these are a real asset, especially if you've got young kids. I've got 2 young children. They want to mimic what we do. From a personal standpoint, being a landscaper and a gardener, I enjoy mowing. So I like to hide that from my wife, and that means I retain the mowing rights in my household. It's also a nice way to protect your investment as well. So if anyone did nick your mower, you can have the last laugh knowing that they can't do much with it. So that's the entry level, but then we've gone up. Now, fairly limiting if you've got medium to large gardens. If you want something that's got a bit more power, and it's also going to take some of the duress out of mowing as well. A lot of clients want self-propel functions because they've just become accustomed to it with petrol mowers. So they want to take the mower out and they want the mower to do as much of the work as possible. There are self-propelled options, but not on the single battery platform. That's when we're going to go up to the 48-volt platform. It starts at a 36 centimetre, there's a 41 centimetre, and we've also now got an absolute beast in a 46 centimetre steel cutting deck. Again, you'll notice the same features, single lever height adjustment on the front wheel here. In this case, we've got our splash-proof housing, and that's covering off the 2 4-amp-hour batteries in this case. Couldn't be easier to start, depress the button, pull back, and off you go, you're ready to mow. So I find a lot of my older clients are moving away from fuel because of the nature of the pull cord needing your efforts to start the mower. And there's the servicing cost, the maintenance cost, and also the weight of the engine as well makes it difficult for slightly older or conversely younger consumers to use. This is the 41 centimetre. You'll see a nice little bit of detail there on the soft shift height adjustment from 60 millimeters down to 25 millimeters on that. But this is one I really want to show you because it's the first time I've seen it. Using that same battery platform that you can use in your line trimmers, your hedge trimmers, your mowers, your blowers, your DIY tools, you can now stack 4 of these up together. 2 at the front, 2 at the back. It will pull the power from the first 2 at the front. Then skip of a beat, you won't notice any loss of power. It'll go straight to the back 2. Consecutive cutting time, upwards of an hour, depending on the length of the lawn. So if you want a battery platform that's giving you bandwidth for your consumers so they can get not only their lawn mowed, not only their leaves cleared, not only their hedges cut, but also being able to take that same battery and chuck it into a combi drill or an angle grinder, or if they're going glamping or camping, there's tools for camping, there's tools for outdoor pursuits, and they're all running off that battery, which I think as a tool enthusiast and someone's using day in, day out, I think that's pretty novel. And the scope and the range on that single 24-volt battery. Now this has not just only does it look good, not only does it just have a steel deck, side export, we've got mulching plugs which come with all of the range as well, hybrid grass bag, pretty sexy handles as well, simple startup, but this also has a self-propel function as well. So you can pilot this, and you're also in charge of the pace of the self-propel function as well. We've got a throttle on the back, and that wasn't good enough. It's got a turbo button. I don't know about you, if I've got a mower, I want a turbo button on it. I didn't know I needed a turbo button until it existed. So I press that turbo button, can shift the power up. So if I'm tending to areas of rough grass, agricultural rye, if I've got some thick thatch, I can still plough through that. Now, I've given that a good go around here. I've tested a lot of these mowers. We've filmed quite a lot for Greenworks. I literally did everything I could to use and abuse these tools. I've thrown the 33, literally thrown the 33 centimetre across the lawn, down flights of steps. I battered and beated the 40 volt and the 48 volts mowers with branches. We cut down a tree and dropped it onto them. They're tough, they're robust, they didn't skip a beat. That needs to be nightly onto the 60 volt, because the 60 volt is, I would say, the pinnacle of where Greenworks are as a kind of conventional consumer. This is giving you almost semi-pro performance, and I wasn't wanting to test just the performance of the batteries. I wanted to see how tough these machines were. So I took the Greenworks 51 centimetre 60 volt mower, and I threw it off a cliff, and I filmed it. And the only thing, and you can have a look at that same video, I think they're playing it up in the room here. I only had one, but you're not handy alike. They only gave me one sample. They won't give me any more. So I had faith in it. I just thought, do you know what? It's tough. But the only thing that came off was a hubcap. Replaced that, didn't skip a beat. But the 24 volt batteries would charge up on the fast charger in just an hour. Runtime obviously under load depending on the length of the grass. On the 24 volt 2 amp, anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes. Using the 48 volt with 4 amp. So there's 2 4 amp hour batteries working in tandem, depending on the length of the lawn, the width and weight of the mower. You can have anywhere up to half an hour, 45 minutes, depending on the length of the lawn. When it comes to the 60 volt, this is where we really are starting to see it pushing toe to toe with fuel in terms of its power and performance. This is just the 2 amp hour battery. This is the 60 volt, and you'll notice a lot of similarities between the 46 centimetre 48 volt and the 51 centimetre 60 volt. We've got 2 battery ports in here. It'll only use a single battery. As soon as that battery's been withdrawn, it will flip over straight on to the next battery. Splash-proof housing, steel deck, side mulch, mulching plug if you want it as well, 55 litre grass bag, some really nice finesse in details. Now I know a lot of you guys might be petrol purists, and petrol absolutely has a place, but I like to see you do this with a petrol mower and then leave it there. And then I'd really love to see you start the mower after you've done that for the whole of the winter. The virtue of this, it means in any household, space is a premium. We never grow up, we just get access to better toys. So come the summer, I use my kids as an excuse to go off and buy slip and slides, paddling pools or swimming pools that don't really fit the garden. I've got no space in the shed, but that is a 51 centimetre mower taking up next to no space, and you're not going to do any detriment to the running capabilities. If that was a petrol mower, there'd be fuel pissing out all over the floor, there would be flooded carbs, there would be a complete mess come the time you come back to mow it next year. It also means you can maintain the underside. You can actually see what's going on the underside as well. So you can look out for dents and scuffs on your blades, and you can get rid of the material that might have stuck up on a clammy day, double quick time. But in terms of then unfurling that, just pull back those handles, click it into position. We've got 7 height adjustments on this. And again, nice, slick and smooth. Articulated wheels. We've got obviously the longevity and runtime of the battery, even on a 2 amp, you're getting up to 30 minutes of consecutive mowing. If you've got those two working in tandem on a 2 amp, you've got plenty of scope to mow up to a very large palatial lawn. If you put two 6 amps in here, I could happily go around and maintain this mid-mowing season when the grass has been mowed, kept short. I've got plenty of runtime and longevity on a full charge with those two batteries working together to be able to tackle an area this size, no problem whatsoever. Last but not least, because I know you want to have a little play on some of these as well, I hadn't seen this until yesterday. Now, I mentioned the kind of 60 volt providing kind of almost semi-pro performance. We've got a dual deck mower here. So we've got, again, a huge 61 centimeter cutting deck, still twin blades going on here as well. The same functions and features in terms of the handlebars. We just whip those up again. But I haven't seen anything like this from any other brand. And with those 6 amp batteries working together, from maintaining banks, roughages, acreages, estates like this, all using that battery, that 60 volt battery. Remember, you can use that on your blowers, hedge trimmers, brush cutters, line trimmers, and the 60 volt chainsaw. Again, tried, tested, used and abused that one. I'm hoping they're going to let me take this home so I can put this through its paces as well. But again, a big point of difference, both from a aesthetic standpoint, but also from a practical standpoint for your end users.